SABATO Sauti Ground has an interesting opinion and a piece of advice to Willy Paul. Let's hear it and then we're gonna pick up from there.
But kitu moja uta notice nao sani wasichana. Willy sasa ndio hiyo wanaume. Mimi yani sikuwa nafikiri iko siku ndio na Willy amekuwa Ongesede. Willy hapa sasa ndio Mungu anataka kukurushia mkono. Unashindaje na Ongesede? Tukueni honest, Willy, unashindaje na Ongesede? Mwanaume anasemekana Ongesede.
So I just came to learn that Ongesede means, people who love same-sex romance. That is the code word that SABATO uses. But also, let's talk about, Kenyan artists. There's just something with our very own, local artists or musicians, so to say, right here, with them wanting to constantly be in spaces where they are recognized, not for their music and what they do, but for other dramatic things. And I understand we live in a day and age and time where, clout chasing, being remembered or being on people's lips or being talked about in conversations, in podcasts, in video shows and TV shows, but that era is coming to a close. And I want to tell you for free, all these people used to consider and revere to be artists, Sijui Bahahu, Sijui Dahahu, all those people will be wiped out from the industry and new fresh faces will come up. And I also tend to believe that the next crop of Kenyan artists are going to be more inspirational centered and, creative oriented and futuristic, curating, let's say, conscious music that resonates with people's emotional and mental, wellness and faith-based, but just striking a balance between, life and reality, literally. Sasa kina watu sijui kama Oze and the rest, and trust, believe me you, hao watu wote walikuwa wanaimba gospel and then wakajiondoa. Your time is up. So to say, your time is up. And one thing I can tell you as well is there's no way you will say, if you're a Kenyan artist, you're receiving monthly payments from your royalties zenye zinaweza amount up to hata 50,000. Uongo kabisa. Ikiwa just the other day we saw Sauti so BN wakipost M-Pesa messages public zenye sijui wamepokea from Prisk, na hata ikuwa more than 3,000, ikuwa more than 4,000. Kina Calligraph Jones, Mercy Masika, she's a revered gospel star right here in the 254. Waliendanga kule Prisk complain. Is it Prisk or the other one? Yeah. Ile royalties, including pamoja na kina KFCB, waki-complain, tulipangi, Safaricom used to have an amazing platform. And I can attest, when I was in primary school, we used to hear of kina Giuliani, sijui kina Redson, kina Nyasinski, kina Nonini, Octopizzo. All those artists, I believe, wakati they were being, morphed to become superstars. There's a way Safaricom way back used to play a big role in terms of investing in video production, songwriting, and I'm sure they can attest to that, including, there's a song I think ya kina DK kwenye beat ama Man of God, MOG, and I think it's still on Safaricom's YouTube page. So our artists, I think the biggest problem with our local artists is they don't invest in resilience, like being super forward and laser focused on creativity, songwriting that taps into people's different life facets. Like andika muziki yenye tell story about, young people who are depressed, write songs that talk about, relationships, but in an inspirational kind of way, mental health, technology. I remember when was it Wakadinali or the other ones who came on, I think it was Ethic, yeah? They're literally telling stories of Zageto, but in a way that, if it would have been packaged well, if they had good management, mentorship, and somebody who just, sits them down and packages them as a world star, ingekuwa different, ingekuwa consistent. But for us right here, they are focused more on doing a stunt with the next famous person or the next person who's popping or somebody who's being talked about, and that kills your brand. I believe resilience, I also do believe if Oze was consistent with, writing music, putting out videos, writing music, conscious music, instead of chasing clout. But all these rumors, Believe me, I don't think they could be false, because from way back we used to hear of these stories. Just that some of us, we never cared. But coming from Sabato, I believe it 1,000%. I believe it 1,000%. Hey, wasanii wa Kenya bwana. And trust me, the next crop of artists, they'll not play with you. Hao watu wote watakuja wasaulika wote. It will be really sad, because you guys have put in the work for all those years. Kwanza umse, this guy literally came from dust, you know, and I'm sure he's been through things. And also, most artists, wasiwahi kudanganya, most artists are usually puppets of, you know, people who are doing money laundering, people who are in cults, people who are doing, you know, these NGOs that are centered on maybe just some other, you know, dingy, you know, weird stuff. So they usually use you for a while. Wakiona you're losing the spark, people don't talk about you no more anymore. They don't care about your music and what you say. They switch to another one. And that's what actually some international record labels do. Wakiona you can't do their rituals, you can't continue, you know, doing the most for them. They stage drama and you get blackballed. Or they'll put you on a platform, ask a controversial question, they'll even pay. Yeah, they'll even pay for it. Or say, oh, he's racist. And then your record label will say, unfortunately, we are unable to proceed with you due to this because it can't taint our image. So as an artist, you have to be brilliant. You have to be smart and know that was a gift that you were given. And so you must protect it and take care of it. So you have to shield yourself from going to some certain places, hanging out with some certain people, because that again, because a gift requires seclusion for it to be prepared and unleashed to the people. But most of you are all over the place, see club, see wapi, see hangout, see clout, see drama, see nani. And at the end of the day, it ends up ruining you. Not just even your talent or your brand. It ruins your spirit, your heart, your body, mind, and soul. And when I get to, somebody used to drink or they used to have fame and money, now they're back at a ghetto. It's going to happen a lot. So good luck, all the best.